Graphically speaking, this game isn't... I mean, the models, you can tell, are not super fantastic, but the art style of this game is tremendous. Hey everybody, welcome back to more Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we went through all of Keldic, the Twin Dragons Bridge, and Legram, and this time we'll be going our way through Bareahard. Good boy. Let us think about this rationally for a few moments. Is it even feasible for the noble lines to lose? I think not. Not only do we have the soldat units, but the Panther rule too. Not to mention Lord Rufus' cunning. Now the Imperial Army has simply gotten by on flukes until now. I'm certain that she'll be eradicated this time. I'm afraid they don't have much choice in the matter. Albania is the best left in the hands of the nobles. Our glorious empire will only crumble under the jurisdiction of the Chancellor's lapdogs. I do love how over-the-top annoying those guys are. It's great. It's a 30-carat as Mellis, simply beautiful! And my feels such a beautiful jewel be wasted on a necklace, however. Perhaps I could pair it up with this lovely carnelia, but goodness me, I can hear the sapphire lips calling my name too. Lady Claus and I happen to be staying at the same hotel, you see. She doesn't knew any merchant dealing jewelry, so I brought her here to meet along with Bareahard. He seems to have quite the eye for quality, too, of trait very befitting of a noble. It's the highest quality as Mellis one could hope for. Satisfaction guaranteed. And if it floats to 2 zeros over your stated budget, however. Oh, but this is a trivial matter. Sir Father will do something about it. Well, if you say so. There seems to be a dramatic decrease in the people celebrating New Year's this year. Granted, I can understand why. Let's pray that the New Year will treat us all well. Get you a lot of money. For working, tips and whatnot. Oh, well done, my good friend. Hear my plight. Teresa's going to Heimdall. This is what I had in mind when I taught her how to use a gun. Calm yourself, friend. She won't be taking part in this battle itself, will she? The courageous belongs to the Imperial family, too, does it not? You should think it an honor. That isn't the issue here. He's well aware that our family doesn't have a high enough status to have a say in how this war should be fought. Ah, the bickering between nobles. A new page in the history book of Albania is being written. We can only hope it won't detail tragic events. Very simple. Very true. I've been informed you tend to participate in Bareahard. Do take care. I say this especially for you, Lord Eustace. Please, don't forget that there are those who wish for you to return safely. I'm aware. Worry not, however. I have every intention of returning. Understood? We'll be waiting for you. Oh man, did you hear the news about Radio Trista? They're going to be broadcasting the Battle of Heimdall live! The question is whether or not the Imperial Army can actually do anything to Duke Cayenne and his forces. I mean, the Cayenne household is powerful enough to have marital ties to the Imperial family. And that sense, Duke Cayenne's basically the noble version of Chancellor Osborne. I really gotta catch it. I certainly hope you've been working on tonight's dishes between all that excitement. Yeah, come here, right up. That's actually really interesting. I don't know if that's ever revealed outside of that dialogue that Duke Cayenne has marital ties to the Imperial family. Daddy's still at Aurochs Fort. Why won't you come home? Mummy's all sad too, so I'm not even in the mood to play today. My husband's yet to return despite Kreutzen no longer playing a part in the war. He's stubbornly adamant about remaining on his post until the war as a whole is over. Has he no consideration for those of us worried sick about him? Oh, Adios, please bring my stubborn mule of a husband back to us soon. Fuck that guy. That guy sucks. Just abandoning your family like that. What a douche. I'm gonna kick him in the nads. I can admit that Duke Alvarez certainly went too far this time, but that doesn't make it any easier. Just for having Imperial Army troops stationed here. How long will this drag on for? Drag on these nuts. Got him. As you might already know, a fierce battle is to take place near Heimdall. Both sides already have their troops stationed there, and I suspect that all of you will be heading there as well. Do take care. We've received word of a fierce battle set to take place near Heimdall. As a safety precaution, all flights to the capital have been grounded. We also highly recommend that all of our customers stay away from the region, but should you have no choice, I recommend exercising extreme caution. Dude, you should probably know that we're heavily involved in this. I've heard talk of a battle set to take place at Heimdall soon. Apparently to be the deciding factor in who wins this war. It is a shame that the people will suffer regardless of the outcome. I can't seem to calm my nerves now.
Oh, I don't know why I gave you this voice, but I've given you it anyway, small child.
We've had far less customers ever since the Duke's arrest, which is how things should have been from the beginning, probably. Feels like maybe Bareahard had forgotten that until now. Jeez, what made you so bitter about that? You'd think you'd be happy. I'm actually going to pop over to the Bareahard family manor last, because I believe there is another scene with Scarlet that we can view. And I don't want to do that quite yet. Is it really December already? Perhaps it's time to search for my second job to help me pay my loan. I did exceed the setting deadline, but there's still a high interest rate to deal with. Thank the kind goddess in the sky above. Lord Eustace decided to abolish all the tax hikes. Life shouldn't be nearly as rough from here on out. All that's left is for the war to come to an end and things be back to normal. Only that simple. You're talking to Lord Eustace right now. You could just... whatever.
Is the war not over yet already? Don't we have a lot of free time? If there wouldn't be any war, you just had actual work to do.
Jesus, Tori. Gotta laugh at these nobles acting all worried about those Heimdall rumors. It must be nice when that's the only thing you need to be concerned about. Meanwhile, the rest of us are still struggling to make a damn living. Hey, maybe they should try work instead. Might help them take their minds off everything. Yeah, Bareahard still not a great place. Hey, welcome! Seems like me another fight or something, huh? Probably gonna be crazy busy thanks to all the people that'll be stuck here till it's over. Better get a room quick! Do the Noble Alliance and Imperial armies really plan on taking each other head on? You have to be feeling bad for the people of Heimdall as it is, but we shouldn't forget about the people in the city's outskirts. I wouldn't want civilians to get caught up in all of this.
Oh no, they've restricted access to the trains again. They're kind of imperative for a traveling merchant like me. I guess I'll have to wait and see how things go today.
I should use that voice more often. That felt good. One problem with my voices is that my voice is bad. So my throat hurts very often. So, Lord used to be going to Heimdall, Lord Rufus awaits. Don't worry. Rufus himself instructed me to act based on my own convictions and pride. Said convictions happen to not overlap with his own. That's all there is to it. True. If that's how it is, then let's just see where those convictions lead both of you. Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh man, listen to this! Dad finally left me trying to put in the finishing touches on one of our products! I can finally call myself a jeweler! Heck yeah! Probably shouldn't get too ahead of myself though. Brick's still not good with it. Still not good enough to be left in charge of the high quality materials yet, I'm afraid. So I've been handing him stuff that's easy to work with. I mean, it's good to see that he's motivated. Be interesting to see how things play out from here. And I have to keep trying to ignore my cat freaking out because he's a cat. And they decide to do that from time to time. I feel like that's going to be a problem very often because he is not content with the fact that I kind of have to keep him trapped up in my room. I'm at a like house-like dorm on campus, and some of the people are allergic to cats, so I kind of can't let him roam about. It's a very small room. I must admit, with Heimdall being so far away, I had little interest in what was happening there, but hearing that battle set to play Thursday has piqued my interest. Let's return home early today to catch the radio broadcast.
I have heard talks of certain groups assisting the Noble Alliance too, some of which are representatives of the Imperial Liberation Front even. Requesting aid from Jaegers was bad enough, now he stoops so low to rely on terrorists as well. Heimdall will never fall to the reformist cretins. Both Lord Rufus and the Noble Alliance's most elite warriors are stationed there. You should crush those reformers already, join to the halcyon days of Noble.
Halcyon, it's such a weird word.
Oh my, if it isn't Viola! Out shopping again, are we? Oh, I know, not to mention the fact that the Imperial Army soldiers are actually rather nice! Oh, my apologies, but I need to be going. I've got the most lovely dress to pick up. Oh yes, did you hear about the tax increases being repealed? It's time to spend, my dear friend. We'd be fools to let a day like this slip past us.
Another day, another chance meeting with Lady Aslin. Imagine they would have had Lady Viola return home promptly today, but I suppose this is better than watching her sit at home sullenly all day. Poor butler. Did you hear? The Eustace apparently abolished all the wartime taxes. What a relief. I was worried that you'd stick around despite Croydon being removed from the war. You have a surprisingly good grasp on what the common people need. I think you can meet the needs of both classes, which proves his capability as the Bareahard family's future head. Lord Eustace was kind enough to abolish the wartime taxes for us. We really can't thank him enough, so I can't help but feel uneasy over Bareahard's future. Regardless of who wins this war, there's always going to be someone left unsatisfied with the outcome. Especially when you think about how things are nowadays. Again, just talk to Eustace directly. I wonder if Lord Rufus himself take part in the battle at Heimdall. He seems like an upstanding young man, but the rumors circulating about the noble alliance as of late are a bit disconcerting. I'm not entirely sure whose success we should be praying for anymore. There have been rumors about the other towns spreading. What the hell? There have been rumors about the other towns spreading around recently. It's like what happened in Calder, Trista's liberation. Everyone's going through harsh times, but they're still pulling through. I should be doing the same. Yeah. Do it or I'll kick your ass. The noble alliance continue to dominate in Western Arabonia. The advantage in numbers, weapons, morale is no surprise, really. I can't help but wonder how the battle in Heimdall will turn out. Indeed. The Master will be helping us defend Heimdall in battle under the banner of the Noble Alliance. General Letters is very excited at the prospect. The same can't be said for Milady or the rest of the household, however. I have to give them company for the day, it seems. Word has it that the barrier surrounding crossbow has vanished. Does that mean their new weapon has been rendered useless? All I'm concerned about the battle at Heimdall, crossbow seems like the more pressing concern. I wouldn't say more pressing, but it's definitely the more long-term concern, probably the more worrying concern, but pressing, I would not agree with that. Pressing concern is, you know, the war gonna happen in 2 hours, I believe, in-game. Because I think it's like 9:30 or something like that. I forget exactly what it says. We can't go home! Mommy, what are we gonna do? But then I flight home! What are we going to do? What is the meaning of this? Mort, I demand an explanation! As a result of you spending too long shopping, sir. Enough of the excuse. Run your flight out of here at once! As you wish, sir. I fear this would happen. Still, I will protect Master Simon at all costs. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid that all flights to Heimdall today have been cancelled. I'll be sure to inform you as soon as we have any new information, so please bear with us until then. Poor dude, he's trying to do his job, and he's got a bunch of Karens nearby. Karen, and then a small child Karen. Rough life, man. The Emperor's security is handled by the most elite of the Imperial Guardsmen. The Imperial Guardsmen themselves are made up of the finest soldiers in the Minor Provincial Army, I believe. Do take care, Lord. You're safe return. Everyone's so peaceful and happy to see us in action in some butt-kicking beauty. But with all of that done... Oh, I didn't talk to you. Due to the battle about to take place in Heimdall, all flights there have been cancelled for the day. Please note that other flights may also be affected by this as well. We apologize for the inconvenience. Honestly, I probably shouldn't be recording today, considering that I am doing a broadcast for my school's basketball team today. But, oh well. I want to record, so I'm gonna record. Simple as. Simple as. Oh my, it's rather chilly today, isn't it? I wonder if Cora's never been too kind in these old rooms. Let's go home for today, Bootsy. Why doesn't Bootsy get a name? It's ridiculous. Now, say remains peaceful for the time being. We'll make sure to carry out our duty, regardless of what happens. Good luck with your own affairs. I will have good luck with my affairs. Master Corsi, please. Deep breaths. Thank you, blood pressure. Quiet, you buffoon! This never would have been an issue if you had informed me earlier. You should just say this is my fault. Shan't give up here. It took me years to build up all those assets. Never in a million years will I let it end like this. I swear it on my status of noble. I'll do whatever it takes to get it all back. That's the antagonist of Steel 3. Trust me, guys. Master Cody has arrived with another court account named Richmond. The master received a letter from him not long after his assets up and vanished, too. Then went out of his way to laugh at Master Cody's misfortune in the most insulting manner possible. I do believe they have more in common than they'd like to admit. I need to enunciate more. That does not mean that I should talk slowly or make this into an ASMR.
Master Honeycomb plans on returning on his own. I can't see anyone being able to stop him. Allowing him to go off on his own is out of the question, however, so I plan on accompanying him. That's just a weird word in general. The current state of affairs is precisely why I can't let other people be. Certainly you can understand that. Me too, but that doesn't mean you have to go all by yourself. At the very least, allow me to go with you. There's no need to worry. It's not like the Battle of Heimdall will reach our lands. I need you here to look after the children, Lord. Can't just leave them all alone. Why does he have to be so stubborn now? It's not because I can forbid him from carrying out his duties as Lord. Very well then, this is how it's going to be. Then at least make sure both our home and our children are safe. Father decided to return the moment he heard about the battle that's going to happen in Heimdall. You don't have to go alone. Come back to us, won't he?
Dude, why are there so many people who are being douchebags?
Is Daddy gonna go somewhere? Why is he gonna go by himself? I don't want him to go. He's staying. Daddy has to stay home. Hey, what's wrong? Why are you so sad, huh? Tell me. I don't like when everyone said makes me sad.
So many people douchebags are in this game. Why are half the minor characters sad all the time? British Army seems rather put out that they've decided that. I'm wondering if they might do something reckless that should they start getting stir crazy. I'm sure Calvar could be making a move any time now too. We have to remain on guard.
While we won't be able to join you guys at the Coral Imperial Villa, we wish you the best of luck. The success of this operation will serve as a vital step towards ending this war after all.
And enter the Albarea family mansione. The soldiers here have been behaving with the utmost respect and politeness. I was concerned about their presence at first, but it seems my worries were for naught. I do wish I could say the same about his grace, but I've been growing more concerned for his health. He's been spending all his time drinking of late. That's concerning to hear.
Everything is fine here, so don't worry. The Intelligence Division is now actively supporting Operation Heimdall too, so we should be in the clear now. We're on our place now, with the keeping the courts and Imperial Army at bay and watching out for Crossbow. So we'll be doing what we can to aid the operation. He's hoping everything works out well in the end.
Too. We're expecting great things in view in liberating the villa. The Imperial Guard has physically sealed the rail line leading there, so we can no longer use it. It's gonna take some time to unseal it, but in the meantime, the only one who can get past the Pantagruels at the villa is you. We'll have to back you up to the best of our abilities, but this operation largely depends on you. Good luck. Lord Eustace left orders for the provincial tax to be repealed, which was carried out as they asked. The response seems to have been met with overwhelming positivity. We're thrown off by just how positive, in fact. Much praise has been deservedly given to Lord Rufus' skill in handling political matters, but perhaps Lord Eustace may prove to be just as capable. Very intriguing. Nothing in Eustace's room for him, though. 'Tis a chimay. 'Tis a chimay indeed. A big chimay. It's the way to follow the private room. Would any of you mind if I paid a visit to somewhere? Not at all. Assuming you mean what I think you do, we're all as curious as you are.
Your Grace, I think you should refrain from—
Silence! Just you watch. I will return to glory, no matter what it takes. I know. Were I to capture His Majesty, I would have countless options on how to stage my triumphant return.
He doesn't seem to be repenting in the slightest.
Some people seriously don't know when to give up.
Father, I beg you to stop this madness. Why can you not understand that all you are doing is soiling the good name of Bareahard?
You dare to speak to me in such a manner? Whose fault do you think it is that I'm in this situation to begin with?
Your own, Father! We nobles stand above the common people, but that is all the more reason we should conduct ourselves with pride. You've become obsessed with the power you have at your disposal, and yet you disregard the responsibilities that come with it. What this family needs now is to regain the trust and dignity that will allow it to stand atop the nobility once more. To be recognized once more as worthy of being loyal subjects of His Majesty. Why can't you understand that, Father?
Eustace.
Lord Eustace.
And who do you think you are lecturing? I don't need you to tell me what I must take back. I will take back all that I've lost regardless.
I apologize for speaking out of turn. I shall serve as your acting representative to the best of my abilities until you are fit to return. I pray that is soon.
That will do for now. You reminded me of your mother for a moment. She was always a reserved woman, but with a strong sense of integrity and a great inner strength.
Pardon, Father?
I will leave the running of the province to you for the time being, Eustace. Keep things as they are until I can return. And be wary of Duke Cayenne. That man is not to be trusted. He uses the Alliance's power for his own benefit and takes control of everything important himself. He has something planned. I know it. Why else should he have involved all those suspicious collaborators in all of this? I'm certain that it was his fault that Rufus betrayed me as well. Regardless, if you manage to oust him from his position, I want to know about it. I belong at the top of the Alliance, not him.
Well, if you will excuse me, I ought to take my leave. Take good care of yourself, Father.
Please excuse us.
I'm sorry that you had to see me like that.
He hasn't changed. Although, I don't know. I got the impression what you said had some effect on him.
As did I. In my 8 years as part of this family, that is the first time he has shown any interest in me. Perhaps it means he finally sees at least a little potential within me as his son. I can now leave here with no regrets. Now I can face my brother as a proud member of the Bareahard family.
I'm glad to hear it, Eustace.
You were so brave facing up to your scary old man, Eustace. Still, I didn't know you'd been so lonely all this time. Come here and let me give you a big ol' hug.
That would be the last thing I need, fool.
All right, let's get going. Not just...
Right.
God damn it, I skipped the last one. Damn it. Whatever. I blame my cat for that. It jumped on my lap as that happened.
Have you kept this to Lady Scarlet? Because she has improved significantly since she was first brought in here, but please do try to keep your voices down.
Back again, are you? You really are a meddlesome little boy.
Sorry for thinking there's anything wrong with looking out for the sick and injured. How are you feeling? I've heard you're still bedridden.
Oh, my condition's nothing to worry about. I'm a real toughie, for better or for worse. Maybe if I was a much frailer woman, then I would have been able to return to Adios instead of being left here.
Not likely.
She seems kind of different from before.
What you've done can never be forgiven. Nothing in your past could excuse what you did as a terrorist. But I still want to know what made you hate the Chancellor so much you'd throw away your own life to take his. Would you be willing to tell us, Scarlet? I never had the chance to hear that part last time we spoke.
I suppose. It's not like hiding it is going to do me any good at this point. It's not that special a story. But if you want to know that badly... I told you about my family, didn't I? Back on the Pantagruel. We had a big farm in Midwestern Erebonia. It was a really peaceful place. We had plenty of land, too. My parents were adored by the workers on it, and I loved living there. Then all of a sudden, we were told there was going to be a railway built through it. It was supposedly part of a national project with the Chancellor's backing. The land was all requisitioned, and before any of us knew it, it was no longer ours to call home. All we had was a pile of Mira. We were meant to take that and go find somewhere else to live, apparently. I wasn't even in Erebonia when it happened. By the time I got back in the country, it was all over. That farm was my father's life. We tried, that we couldn't find another place that could even begin to compare to the one we'd lost. And in the end, all we were left with was a pile of money we neither wanted nor had any use for.
I do hear stories like that from time to time about the Chancellor.
Crow told me a similar story about his own past. He said that his grandfather passed away afterwards.
My father was the same. He fell into the depths of despair and tried to drown his sorrows with alcohol, and then he eventually died in an accident. And after that, we all just drifted apart. I don't know where the rest of my family is, or if they're even alive anymore.
I don't know what to say.
I don't think anyone could blame you for despising him after an experience like that.
I did know about what happened from your intelligence division file, but
I know just how Crow feels. I suppose that's why I feel that if anyone can do it, it's all of you. If anyone can make him turn back, it's you.
Scarlet, don't worry, we will. You have my word. He's our classmate after all.
whether he likes it or not, he's one of us. He can't just leave us so easily.
He needs to come back and take full responsibility for all the trouble he caused at the festival.
Yeah, he needs a good lecturing.
Thank you for telling us your story. I hope you get better soon.
I've gotten myself caught by the world's biggest goody two-shoes, haven't I?
I love Scarlet as a character. She is someone who is not a good person. And she is a very good exploration of how even a so-called protagonist, relatively well, he's not protagonist, he's on our side, allegedly. Chancellor Osborne really sucked as a person. He trampled over so many people for his own gain. But that's something that we could discuss another time, maybe? I don't actually know if we'll ever get a reference to Osborne again, considering the whole he got a shot in the chest thing at the end of last game, and his Civil War started because he died. Difficult to get too many more opportunities to talk about a dead guy, but that's fine. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Next time,
Where do you want to go?
will be popping over to we're gonna start off with Aurochs Fort, and then we can pop over to Amir, and I think we could probably finish everything off in the next episode, even with Trista. But until then, see you guys later.